Assalamu alaikum, how are you? Grade 7. Today we start chapter 17, measurement of 2 and 3 dimensional figures. I'll start with revision with how to find area of triangle. Remember, we take how to find the area of triangle with this formula. A equals half times B times H, mean half times base times height. So half times 1.6 times 1.3 give me this answer, 1.04 inch square. Then we find the area with the same idea. We have this result. Okay, we take half times 24 times 8 give you 96. Now how to find the area of trapezoid? Area of trapezoid, we have another formula. Trapezoid, to find its area, A plus B divided by 2 times H. A and B mean this side and this side, and they are parallel and look like equals 2 and 7. So I have to write it like this form: 2 plus 7, 2 plus 7 divided by 2 times 6. So my area will be 27 feet square. To find the area for this trapezoid, we have to find A and B. This is my A, the parallel one. A and B. If you take this is not parallel, so A is 4, B is 7. So 4 plus 7 over 2, and your height is 8. So if you make this operation, you will have 44 meters square. Now we have some vocabs. We have to know it with circle because we dealing with circle in this lesson. Circumference. Circumference means the length of this circle. How many centimeter, how many meter, how many inch according to diameter. And circumference, to find the circumference, we have to multiply by and multiply by d. By is constant number. We'll take it inshallah after a few minutes, inshallah we'll take it. And d is my diameter. So we're going to, what the meaning of diameter? Diameter is a line segment, has a start and end, and supposed to be passing through the center of the circle, like this line. But if we take this part, this line, from center to point on the circle, just one point here and center, the line between them is called radius. We can discover something or not something here. The diameter consists of two radii, this radius and this radius. So diameter consists of two radii. Remember this. So we have the definition of diameter and definition of radius. And now we're going to remember the by is dividing something by something. Circumference divided by my diameter. So if we make it like this, you will have your by. So now we're going to something else, how to know my formulas for circumference and area now. Now the formula, the first formula we have now, the circumference, C equals by D. C equals by D. So we have another formula. If we exchange the, I told you before, diameter is 2r, mean 2 radii. So C equals 2 by r. I replace D with 2r, with 2r. Then we have to discover something. Again, C is my circumference, and by is 3.14, and D is my diameter. And by again 3.14, or sometimes we have to know this 22/7, but this the familiar most of the time we're dealing with this number 3.14. Now we have area, the formula for area. Area of circle. Area of circle by r square. By r square. Bar to mean r times itself. So A is my area. I think all you know this. And my r here meaning my radius. And remember, the diameter is twice as long as the radius, meaning d 2r consists of 2 radii. We start first with how to find the circumference. Page 654. Example number 2. Find the circumference of a circle with diameter 16 inches. Use by 3.14. Round your answer to the nearest tenth of an inch. Now the solution. You have to write your formula. You remember your formula? Anyone know? Is C equal by D, because I dealing with diameter here. Remember, I read something here, diameter. So C equals by D. This is my diameter, 16 inch. So I replace D and by with the numbers. So I have two multiplication here, by and D. So by is 3.14 and D is 16. So I start with D is 16. So the answer will be 16 by. Then I change by 3.14. So this bracket means multiplied. So 16 multiplied by 3.14. So this will be my answer after rounding to one decimal place, meaning tenth. This one place. Now we're going to another example. I give you the last example, example 2, diameter, but here I give you radius. My radius 5 centimeters. So we have a circle with 5 centimeters. This means half of the diameter. So we have to reuse this formula. C by D, I changed D with 2R, so this is my new formula. I told you this before, 2 by R. So I change R with 5. So I start with this solution like this. C equals 2 by R. So I change R with 5. So 2 times 5 is 10 by. But remember, this example I told you give the exact answer in the term of by. Mean don't replace the value of by. Let it like this. Don't replace it with 3.14 because I told you this. In the term of by. Remember. Now we're going to find the area. Area of circle with radius 4.7 and my by is 3.14. We want to round to the nearest tenth, one decimal place. So the solution here, we have to know, I give you now the radius. So I have to write my formula, area equals by r square, mean by radius square. So I write this as this form. 4.7 power 2. So I replace R with 4.7. But remember, power 2 in area. So I make this power 2 in my calculator mentally. This is up to you. Then I multiply by. I remember by is 3.14. So I multiply 22.09 by 3.14. And then I round the answer to the nearest one place. 0.4, like this. This is my answer. Number 5. Now I have diameter. I need area, but to find area, supposed to have radius. How to replace this diameter with radius? You remember, I told you that radius half of the diameter. So half of 18. So if I take my diameter and take it the half diameter, mean I divide it by 2. So my radius is 9 now. So now I'm going to find my area. I am ready now because I have my radius is 9. A equals by r square. So I change r with 9. So 9 square, 9 times 9 is 81 multiplied by. So my answer will be 81 by. Remember the answer in the term of by's. This means don't replace by 3.14. Just make it like this form. 81 by. I make 9 bar 2. Mean 9 times 9, 81. Now we're going to many examples, an example to know how to find the circumference or maybe area. This according to the required. If you read the title well, you know the required. The required here is circumference. But maybe with radius, maybe with diameter, maybe with radius, like this form. So if I'm dealing with radius, remember 2 by r. So 2 times 3.14 times 1.6. This is your answer. Diameter, so I have to exchange my formula with by d. So the circumference is by d. So by is 3.14 times 42 give you this. Remember, we always here in this lesson rounding to the nearest tenth. Now we're going to something else. I give you also this mean radius or diameter. So I have to use 2 by r. 2 multiplied by 3.14 times 3 give me this number. Maybe I need in the term of by. This means no 3.14. So I have diameter. So by times d mean 2 times d. So my answer 2 by directly. Here radius. So I have to make the other formula for the circumference. 2 by r. So 2 times 4.5 equals 9. Times by will be 9 by. So if you multiply 2 by 4.5 means 4.5. Multiply by, let by alone now, just multiply 2 and 4.5. You will have 9, then 4 by. Diameter 23. So directly 23 times by is 23 by. I think this is easy. Now we're going to how to find the area with radius. Radius, sometimes I give you diameter as a trick. So we have to start with the first one. I need to replace by here with 3.14 and make the answer to the nearest tenth. So now I have to make something. Remember this formula, A equals by r square. So I put 7 square. By 7 square mean 49 times 3.14. This is my by, give me this after rounding. If I have 17, so 17 power 2 times by means 17 power 2 times 3.14 give me this answer after rounding. But here I'm dealing with diameter. No, I have to replace it with radius. So I have to divide this number by 2. The answer for radius will be 0.2. The radius again will be 0.2, half of this. So I make it by, mean 3.14 times 0.2 power 2, give me this answer. Now we're going to, in the term of by. So let by alone, when you finish, put your by. Mean radius 16 power 2 means 16 times 16 or 16 power 2 and put by. So 256 by. 9.2, this is diameter. It's supposed to be dealing with diameter. I have to make it as radius. So I have to divide this by 2. 9.2 divided by 2, the answer make it power 2. Then put by. Now we're going to something else. The last one, I give you diameter also. This means diameter. So I have to divide it by 2. So my radius here will be 4. 4 power 2 is 16. 16 by. So this is my answer. Remember that if we're dealing with area, by r squared, this is your area. If we're dealing with circumference, we have two options. If we're dealing with by d, or if we're dealing with r, 2 by r. So remember which one you're dealing with, area or circumference, radius or diameter. Remember this, okay? Now we're going to another part for this lesson. Maybe I need to find half of circle. How I find half of circle? We have to find the area of whole circle first. So the area of circle, so to find the area, we find the radius first. Diameter divided by 2 will be 6.5. And my area by r squared, this is my area because I need the area. Then I change my r by 6.5 power 2. This is my answer with whole area for whole circle. Completed circle. But I need half circle. So I multiply my answer by half. So the area I multiply by half. This number I multiply by half or mean divide by 2. So this will be my answer. So the final answer will be 21.125 by. Remember in the term of by. So don't replace by. When you finish, make your operation in your brain, in your calculator, half times 4.42.25 in your calculator. Don't put by. Then when you finish, put by in the last answer. Now I need to find the 3/4. The 3/4 of a circle. So I have to find the whole circle area. So area equal by r squared. Then I have to find my radius. My radius is already here, 6. So I change with 6. 6 squared, 36 by. This is my area for the whole circle. The whole circle, 36 by. But I need 3/4. So I multiply by 3/4. If I want half, I multiply by half. If I want 3/4, I multiply by 3/4. So I multiply my result 36 by 3/4. So my final answer will be this two together. If I multiply together, I have 27. Then put by. This your answer. I think it's clear. Now we're going to how to find the radius with circumference or with area. Remember the circumference again 2 by r. I need to find radius, so I'm dealing with this formula. But how I find r? If I want r, I divide circumference divided by 2 by to find r. Hide r and put this on the other side with divide. This equation we took it before. So we have to make radius, the radius like this. The circumference divided by 2 by, so I replace my numbers. The circumference is 75 over 2 and my by is 3.14. So my answer to the radius 10 will be 11.9. So this is my answer. Now how to find this radius with area? So I'm dealing with the rule of area. Remember the rule of area equals by r squared. So I need to find area, so I have to put here that by the other side was divided. So I bring now r squared area divided by bar, right? So how I make this? I have to make another rule. This is your rule now, coming down. This is your rule to find just r to replace or cancel bar 2. I take the square root for the answer. So I make the square root for area divided by bar will be like this. So my area is 100 pi, so I put it 100 pi like this. And divide by bar, by cancels bar, because anything divided by itself equal 1, cancel each other. So my answer will be square root of 100. Square root of 100 is 10. So this is my answer, 10. The same idea, I have area, so I have to use this rule. So r equals area divided by. So 14 divided by give me under square root, remember this, 2.1. This is my answer. Okay? I think you understand our lesson today. We have formulas you have to memorize well, use it, and make your answer or study what is written, make many exercise and practice. Then, if you finish your study, you're going to make your homework. Your homework at page 153, chapter 17, lesson 1. And the other page 154, but we're dealing with examples from 13 till 18. Remember.